Hi everyone, my name is Isabella Susilawati. I'm an Excel and Power BI enthusiast with decades of business experience in the field of reporting, planning, and analysis. In this video, I'd like to explain the Excel shortcuts that I found the most useful and practical in my day-to-day life. I've divided this video into 5 chapters, just in case you'd like to skip through those that you're already familiar with. In Chapter 1, basic shortcuts that we can use to save, copy, cut, and undo. In Chapter 2, shortcuts using arrow keys, which are super useful to avoid the need to scroll up and down. Chapter 3, special shortcut with Ctrl squiggly line. Chapter 4, shortcuts using function keys. And Chapter 5, something new that I just learned this year and something old from years ago. Let's get started. If you're new to shortcuts, my recommendation is to start off with some basics, such as the following shortcuts. The benefit of these shortcuts are, number 1, they're frequently used, and number 2, they can be used not only in Excel, but also in Word, PowerPoint, Notes, and even Power BI. Let me show you. So let's say we want to copy this cell, so just click and highlight, press Ctrl C, and then click anywhere you want to paste and press Ctrl V. For example, this whole table, I want to cut them, I'll press Ctrl X. I'm just going to put it in here and press Ctrl V to paste. If you want to undo, press Ctrl Z. So let me give you an example. Let's pretend we copy this, Ctrl C, Ctrl V, we put it down here. Yeah. Let's say we don't want that. All we need to do is press Ctrl Z. Yeah. And we are good again. We have an option for bolding. We can use Ctrl B. So let's say that subtotal, we want to bold them, press Ctrl B. If you want to undo because you don't like it, you can either press Ctrl Z or you can press Ctrl B and press Ctrl B one more time to undo. Yeah. So the shortcuts that I mentioned earlier, Ctrl Z to copy and Ctrl V to paste is also applicable in Words. And you can also cut, Ctrl X and Ctrl V again. And it is also applicable in Power BI. So this is an example of Power BI file that I had from previous weeks. So I can do Ctrl C and Ctrl V. So now I have 2 and I can drag them in here. If I don't want it, I can do Ctrl Z to undo. Now, let's look at shortcut with arrow keys. They are super useful when dealing with large table like this. Notice if you're scrolling with your mouse, it will take forever to reach the end. A faster way would be to press Ctrl down. And voila, you are at the end of your list. Press Ctrl right, you are at the last column. And press Ctrl up, you are back at the top. Press Ctrl to the left, you're back to the left. So very useful. Another combination which is useful is Ctrl Shift up or down. Ctrl Shift down will allow you to quickly select from the top to the bottom so that you can, say for example in this instance, color the cell. And we've just done that. So you can also start from the bottom. So I press Ctrl down and Ctrl Shift up. Or you can start from the left and you can press Ctrl Shift to the right to highlight the row. And I'm going to just color them differently. Now, if you want, you can also just press Shift to the right. If you press Shift to the right, it will select one by one. And you press Shift down, it will select add another row. Yeah, so that you can select without your mouse and then color differently. Okay, so sometimes you get given an Excel spreadsheet and you want to know what column has formula, what column has input, and if you want to read the formula, you have to click each cell and read it from here. And it may be cumbersome to read one cell at a time. So a faster way is a shortcut of Ctrl squiggly line. It will allow you to read all the formula in all cells, so you can have a bird's eye view of which cell has some formula or if error formula, etc. And if you want to flick back to the other view, press Ctrl squiggly line again. Yep. Now, some people didn't realize and sometimes accidentally got stuck on this view and then realize that, when they're here and they type equal 2 plus 2, Excel doesn't calculate. It just gets stuck in 2 plus 2. I want to see number 4. That's because you are in a different mode. So press Ctrl squiggly line back to normal mode and you get 4 when you type 2 plus 2.